So something to help you in your journey as you transform. This is now your spiritual journey. The thing is, what we're not told is how hard that transition actually is, right? What we are told generally is, accept Jesus. Once you're saved, everything is 100%. Your life will never be the same. And that's true. But very little insight goes into what actually happens once you actually make that decision. And so I want to share one of the things that I believe is going to help you transition better into that transformed version of who you are. Remember, we're transforming old mindsets, we're transforming old habits, and we cannot do this by ourselves. So we are given grace to overcome those things, right? And I believe one of the things that we can adapt and adopt into our daily living is find a new default. Find a new default. So what do I mean by that? Normally, we default to a certain mindset, a certain setting, a certain attitude, a certain habit. We default to certain things, right? And I believe that in a transformation process, we have to find a new default when we find ourselves in situations and in seasons that are contrary to where we are trying to get to. Does that make sense? So again, it's not easy. It's certainly not easy to accomplish. However, I believe that as you grow on this journey, God will give you new things, new habits that you can lean on. A new default. Before, my old default used to be, so when I'm feeling pressure, or when I know that things aren't going the way it's supposed to go, and I'm not meeting the expectations that I've set for myself, then I resort to maybe jumping in my car or going to an alone space and playing some choice music, and getting up to things that I'm not supposed to get up to. That used to be my old default, right? Now my default setting is the minute I experience anything that's contrary to what I'm trying to achieve, or the minute that I find myself in a place of stress, my default now is to go watch a sermon or watch some kind of mindset teaching. That's my new default. Like before, it used to be put on some music and hope you get out of that mindset. Now it's it's go watch a sermon, go watch a teaching, read some Bible. That's my new default. Put on some worship music. That's my new default now. And that's a true sign of whether you're growing in the right direction. Oh my goodness, listen, this is crucial. This is absolutely crucial, because a lot of times we think that if we take a step back, then maybe we're not growing. Maybe we aren't actually transforming. But I want to tell you that if you take a step back and you find yourself defaulting to different things than you used to, it means you have grown in the right direction. And that's what matters. The growth in the right direction. What is your new default? Think about this, put some thought into it, start developing new habits. Again, I developed a habit of watching sermons and mindset teachings, Bible business-based teachings every single day. Now, when I'm stressed, when I'm when I have this feeling of overwhelm, when I'm not sure what I need to be doing, I default into that mode. Go watch some teachings, watch a sermon, listen to some worship music, read some Bible, and then spend some time with God, because that's my new default. Because I know what it's like to be to be a failure, to be failing. I know what that looks like. But now I want to know what it looks like when I'm failing positively. Woo-hoo! Let me say that one again. When I'm failing positively, what does that look like? Because I believe that every one of us wants to get to that place, that where even though you are in a circumstance or in a season that seems like failure, you can still fail positively, meaning you don't have to go all the way backwards. So I hope that this helps you as much as it helps me, because I mean, a lot of my videos I'm talking to myself. So as Myron would say, stay blessed by the best. See you on the next one.